of things increased so much. Okay. And in the COVID times, loans were increased so much. In the COVID times, people were more interested into the shares or kind of money things or financial helps or financial suggestions. Like we are into financial things. And see, and OTT shares really 30% of the market still. But still majority of the companies are in loss because of the huge competition. There are so many people who makes movies, web series, and there's so many people who are contributing for it. And but still there is a higher chances that the number of subscriptions goes away because of competitions. Now, do you guys know any other platforms which increased in this particular COVID time? Except OTTs, fintechs, LMS, e-commerce, do you think any other field it increased more? These were the four major T shares according to the statistics. And the others are all just 10% where they just started with the basic things. Yeah, obviously medical field will be there in always. Medical fields or video conferences there. Yeah, obviously Zoom video became so much, which is where we are using it too. But we used to use it. It's not that much high, but still it's not much market share. Zoom sales increased, not every other video platform not increased. Okay. So it's like monotony. Now, so if you go for companies, if you go for interviews, sir, if you go for interviews, then 90% of the times people will ask you questions like this. In interviews, they will ask you questions where if you know React, what are your projects? If you say it like I did a project named, I did a project like portfolio, I did a project like some small sites or some small sliders or some kind of accordions. No, they don't accept it. The best projects are either an e-commerce or OTT. How companies like Netflix or how companies like Amazon Prime deal a lot of data and lot videos and how they buffer it, how they contain it, how they stream it, how they show it to the users. Okay, these kind of things you need to know how they make it the scalability. Okay, because in the future these kind of things will become more and more. Okay, is it clear till now, sir? Everyone, is it clear till now? Yes, I hope so. And at any point when you are not clear or get any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, go here. The next, okay, we are gonna build, but most people in these days asking me only the same question. Okay, most people are asking the same questions here. In the era of AI, in the era of AI, where AI is developed so much now, recently Devin came or kind of new AI scheme. There are so many generative AIs and all. Then is it developing still good in the era of AI? What do you guys think? What do you guys think it like is development, is coding, is learning coding, is still valid in AI era? Mention in your comments what do you think. Good. Some people, and I'm happy that most people go with the right mind that yes. Okay, see, that is true that some people understand it so well. Most people, for freshers, it will be a problem. You know why? Because most of the freshers don't learn properly. Most of the freshers just focus on just focus on coding. Okay, but actually coding is is just a syntax. Whether you learn React or whether you learn Java or whether you learn Python, whether you learn whatever you learn, it's just a syntax. Then what is needed? We need problem solving. In future, there will be so many problems will come. Okay, imagine. So in future, in next 10 years, we will have we will have at least 100 e-commerce platforms. Like maybe we will have each and every city have their own e-commerce platforms like Amazon and kind of things. Okay, we will have so many huge number of LMS platforms. We will have at least like some something 200 or 150 kind of OTTs. We will have it. Now imagine when you have more number of things, what the people will do. People will expect then these OTT platforms, e-commerce platforms. Those people will look for someone who can able to guide them, who can able to get more subscribers, who can able to make a nice plan, who can able to solve the problems. When more number of people are there, what will happen, more problems will come, right? Imagine you are building an OTT and I also have OTT, I have my OTT and you have your OTT. And when we both have OTTs, what we will have, we both compete each other. When we compete each other, we will have problems like so many users will come to us, and those users maybe cannot log in it correctly, or when they log in it they cannot streams correctly, or they have some problems. And those problems, a third person will solve it, and third person who solve the problem will get the job. So you need to learn you need to learn problem solving in coding industry, in software industry, like how to implement coding to solve a problem. That is what you need to know. If you just know only the syntax, like, sir, I know how to write it HTML, I know how to write it an image tag, I know how to write a JavaScript, I know how to write it a CSS, that doesn't mean anything. AI can do it, but AI cannot solve your problem. Imagine you have a problem. If you tell to AI, AI will explain you what kind of steps you can take it, what decision you can make it. But the decision ultimately you only have to make, right? Is it clear till now? Is it clear, sir, till now? Let me give you an example, sir. In olden times, we used to have paintings. Olden times, paintings used to be there. Painters used to be there. Painters used to do paintings and all. Okay, when cameras, painters were there, and at the time, when cameras came, when cameras came, people think that the painters may not exist anymore because we don't need any paintings. But truth is, the creativity still is there. Creativity a camera can capture. AI came. Now AI can be so much good. AI can be a great revolution. But still, the one who creates the AI, the one who monitors the AI, will be us only. Do you know the days like uh, do you know in 1990s? Okay, computers were a huge revolution. Were a huge revolution. So at that time, people started to think it like when computer came, so many jobs will be lost. So many people will lose them. It is true. So much labor lost the jobs. But actually, because computers came, we all got the job now. If there are no computers, there is no technology of computers, we don't exist. Same thing, when electricity came, so many labor lost. Okay. But still, because of the electricity, we all are living now. In the AI will also provide you so many job opportunities if AI also provides you so many, okay. But the only problem is you need to be more skillful, okay. Your skill set, your skill set should include should include problem solving, problem solving, and decision making. Okay. So even the day devil comes or any other comes, AI never gonna replace you if you are a skillful. But if you are a just a kind of guy who just depends on other things, who just like if someone asks you build something, okay, you just ask someone and you just build it or by ChatGPT or something, then AI gonna replace you. Okay, you need to use something called creativity. When you are not a creative, obviously something gonna replace you. Okay, now let's go into further, sir. Is there any doubt till now? Is there any doubt still now, sir? Any doubts, you can ask it, sir, if you have it. Okay. Now let's go here. Let's go to the next one. So yes. So with the technologies, new problems also arise and we need problem solvers. Okay. Now let's go here. The contents of this particular seminar or the course. Now the content of the course here, we are going to discuss what are the prerequisites. That means what you need to know for this course. When the course started, what you guys need to learn it actually before that. And we will see what is React.js. We will see the basic React.js in this course, and we will see advanced ones, and we will see the project, which is the OTT platform. Okay. Now let's go here. Let's further. Now, what are the prerequisites? Sir, I need you guys to learn first something called HTML. How many of you know HTML? Please mention in the comments how many of you know HTML, sir, here. The HTML file. HTML is hypertext markup language, which is very easy. Okay, that even a non-technical person can learn it if they work it a bit. Okay, now, okay, HTML is used to build the basic structure of the web pages. We know that. We will see it anyway. Now, next. Good. I'm glad that many people mentioned it. They know. Now, let's go here. Let's go and let's understand how many of you know CSS, which is CSS3. How many of you know CSS, sir? How many of you know CSS? CSS is for styling. We know that. Oh, very good. So many people are knowing that CSS. That's actually good. Okay. So some people can mix it up to HTML, say like they can combine combination. That's nice. Now comes to the interesting question. How many of you know JavaScript? How many of you know JavaScript? I got it very less responses now. Earlier, there were so many messages. Now, only few people mentioning it. And even some people were mentioning it. They know only basics of JavaScript. Okay. Now, see, sir, this is very important point. Whether you are learning React or you are learning, okay, whether you are learning React or Angular or any other platforms, okay, 100% you need to know one thing which is called JavaScript. If you know basics of JavaScript, try to increase your JavaScript skills. What are the things you need to focus on? What are the things you need to know in your JavaScript? I will mention it. I will tell you what things you need to know here. We will see what is the use of JavaScript, what are the things you need to know in JavaScript for this particular course. But and I'm 100% expecting that you guys to have a basic knowledge of JavaScript. Is it clear, sir? Is everyone clear till now? Yeah. So how much JavaScript is enough? Or, sir, I don't have much knowledge on JavaScript. No worries. Start it now. Okay. Every day, practice a program. Instead of doing it directly, learning one topic wise, take a project and do that in JavaScript. Like that, 10 days, 10 projects using just JavaScript, and you will 100% you will get it. Okay. The basic knowledge of just HTML, CSS will not make you in React developer, sir. To know React, you must know JavaScript. What are the topics you need to know? We will discuss in this course, but You must know it. Sir, it does not matter whether you are a technical guy or non-technical guy. We have so many colleagues who are just non-technical persons. Okay. Now, just we have so many colleagues who are just non-technical people, like civil engineer or kind of you know uh, the civil or kind of other platforms, they from other branches they came from. Okay, but still non-technical like degree people or any MBA, BA or any people can learn this basic HTML and CSS with a bit of struggle. You can even learn JavaScript because JavaScript is called the web of the programming language of the web, where you need to learn some kind of functionalities. Okay, let's go here. Let's dive a deep into each and everything. What is HTML? What is CSS? What is JavaScript? And then we'll move forward. Now, one person in the online still commented the same question which we discussed, sir, that whether Devin replaces or affect us. No, Devin never affect you. Okay, Devin affect the people who don't have the problem solving skills. And how to develop the problem solving skills? By doing the projects. Okay, imagine, sir, here, imagine you are just walking, you are just walking on a road. Okay. Now, the road is just a narrow. The road became slowly narrow. Then you will understand how to pass into a narrow one, how to drive it in the narrowed structure. Or if the road is bumpy, then you will get an experience of how to manage in a bumpy road. But what if what if the road is so smooth and so elegant? Then you won't have any struggle. You will directly reach your path, right? So, sir, to create your problem solving skills, put yourself into the situations where you need to do. That means start doing the projects. When you started to think about it, when you started to do the projects, you will understand practically what is the problem of developing an e-commerce. Practically, what is the problem involves in developing an OTT? What are the practical problems involves maintaining an LLM, okay, or LMS? These kind of things you will have practical doubts, and then those projects you will do. That makes you problem solver. Okay, if you just sit and listen to your class, it never makes you something called a problem solver. Okay, a problem solver needs to do projects, and that's what we are going to do in this course. In this course, every topic will gonna be based on projects. Okay, now let's go further and let's dig deep. Now, before we go further, sir, if you want to start internet, if you want to start internet, you know what is the first thing you need to know? Internet. What does it mean by internet? Like how internet and browsers works, and what are the basic Linux commands, or what are the version controls, the version control systems like Git and GitHub. These were very much basics that exist in any particular technology, whether you are choosing Java, whether you are choosing Angular, whether you are choosing Python or C Sharp or React or Marin, I mean whatever it is, you need to know these basics. How browser works, like you all will use internet, right? What mention in comments what is your favorite website you will search in internet. Mention in your comments what's your favorite website that you will search. Okay, someone mentioned Naresh IT, that's strange. YouTube, that's good. Mintra, Google. Okay, someone said FLN, W3 schools, YouTube. So many people are going with YouTube and Google, that's good. Now, my question is this. If you go here, if you just type it here, www.google.com, if I just go there and just type it, sir, here, google.com, what will happen? The moment you search google.com, how the google.com is coming, okay? How the google.com is appearing on your screen, how the browser is painting it, how the rendering is happening it, how the images are coming it here, right? These are the basic things. Tomorrow, if your next colleague or your kids or someone will ask you how the Google comes, or how the internet works, or what is a browser like Google Chrome works, these kind of things you must know. Okay. Now, people will get it a simple shortcut, like someone named Saga Srivastava explained here in the comments. That's very nice. The client sends a request to server, and server responds to client. That is a basic knowledge which I need to know. So, your Google Chrome is a client which sends a request, and the server where your google.com actually hosts will send something called response. So client requests the server, server responds to the client server. Okay. Now, in the same way, you may know so many other concepts like what are the basic Linux commands, like you may open a terminal. Okay. For example, sir, I just open a command from terminal and I want to create a particular directory. Okay. I want to go to a particular directory, CD, or I want to go out of it, CD dot dot, or I want to list everything, ls, I want to, create a new thing, I want to delete a thing. Those kind of basic commands you need to know to make it you into the next level developer. Okay. Not but not least, Git and GitHub. Git and GitHub. Mention in your comments what do you think the difference between Git and GitHub quickly. Everyone, try to mention in the comments what do you think the difference between Git and GitHub. If anyone knows, you can just mention it here. Here, total 227 people are there. Let's see who knows it. Okay, someone said it like Git offline. Okay, Git means book control version. Someone said it GitHub online. Yeah, that is actually true. Git is a version control system. Yes, it is true. So, sir, it's like this. Now you have version control system. GitHub is not advanced of Git. Okay. Understand it. Git and GitHub are completely different. Now see, this guy is building something in his laptop. When he's building, coding something, and he wants to store everything he code in his system. When he is storing in his system, sir, everything he coded, he wants to store in the system, inside the, like in the system, how they want to store. Okay, in the code, in that only he want to store. Then he will just write a code, and then he will store it. Okay, after a particular time, imagine he deleted it. Imagine he just deleted it. Okay, or someone came, and this guy came and he just changed it. This guy just literally changed it. Now, but this person wants the previous version, like where the changes were not done. He wants the previous version, like he did it earlier 1.0 version, and now he made a change which will become 2.0, and he wants the 1.0 version only. He don't want anything in the 2.0. In that cases, Git will work. This is the exact case where Git comes. So Git maintains, Git maintains your code version wise, version wise. So based on every commit, Git will maintain a log. Okay, it will maintain your version wise log. Okay, your code version wise and maintains a log. It's like tracking your code. Okay, so yeah, someone mentioned in the online, that's great. It tracks it. It tracks it. Whenever you made a change, it can able to understand it. Like it tracks code. So what changes you made, who made it, at what time they made it, what changes they made it, earlier how it is looking, now how it is looking, everything the Git knows. So Git has all the versions. So that's why the Git is called version control system. Version control system. GitHub is not same. GitHub is not at all related. You know, GitHub is just an online website. GitHub is a website, is a website which hosts or which stores or share or host. Okay, host your code. Now, sir, now what is this guy field, See, now this guy made it to version 1.0 and he wants to share it to this white color guy. Now, how he will share? He can't share it from one system to another system, right? So now he will push this into one website and this guy will take it from this website. And this website is named as GitHub. You got my point, sir? Now, again, one more time, repeat ma. Understand it. It's a very, very simple example. Now, the blue one, now this guy, he just made a website with version 1.0. But again, another person comes and he changes. When he changes, whatever the changes are there, they will store in version control system. So because they shared in version control system, now this guy went back to version 1.0 only before the changes. Okay, and then he wants to share this to some other person. Like for example, I want to share it some things to you with you. I want to share a movie with you all. I want to share some kind of PDF. I want to share some kind of audio files. How I will share? I will push it into Google Drive, right or not? Something a cloud platform named Google Drive is there. Now some cloud platforms like Google Drive is there. Okay. Same like Google Drive, you will have something called GitHub. GitHub is an online platform which hosts millions of code bases that anyone who is open source will be stored in the GitHub server. Is it clear, ma? Is it clear till now? For the persons who don't know the Git and GitHub, I think you got the answer. Okay, what is Git and GitHub, right? Yeah. And if you still got a doubt, sir, you can always ask, sir. Okay. Now let's go here. Let's go further. Now next one. Basically, let's see for the some people may not have a clear understanding of what is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I know most of you guys already know it, but still I am gonna explain you what is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in a just a quick glance. Okay. Now, HTML explains you hypertext markup language. This is not a programming language, and this one is used to design for the documents or web pages, like how a web page structure should be there. I want one image, sir. I want one text, sir. I want some heading. I want kind of, some kind of link. Okay. I want kind of link. Now, anything you want, you can actually give a structure. It's like a body skeleton. Now, for example, if someone asks you how a human looks, then you will say human will be there, human will have eyes, human will have nose, human will have mouth, human will have kind of body, hand, legs, kind of ribs, okay, or heart, okay. It's a big heart, whatever. Now you have hearts, you will have whatever the things you want to go with, other parts you will just mention, right? But if the skeleton comes like this, do we call the skeleton as human being? No, it's just a skeleton. It will give you a structure how a human actually are there inside. But what you see human is not what humans are inside. You will see the humans how they appear outside, right? Now a skeleton represents just a structure. Similarly, a structure of a web page will be defined by HTML. HTML explains you a skeleton of a web page to say it truly. Okay. Now, next one, if this is a skeleton, then next, if we go, you will have something called CSS. Sir, if I have a person, now describe a person. Now go here. you will have a person here, and this person, the skeleton one, you are gonna make it here some kind of clothes. You will make it some clothes. You will give the clothes to that people, and you will give some kind of uh, uh, accessories. You will make that kind of person more look good. Okay, instead of this skeleton kind of pictures. Okay, skeletons are nothing but the HTML. The CSS will explain you how you can style a web page. It's like how you can make it a website colorful. See, earlier it's not colorful, but now the website can become colorful, right? CSS will is nothing but cascading style sheets. It will give you color coding, it will give you styling, it will give you layout, it will give you design, everything a person needs to look. Okay, now you may see it a movie named Robo in your styles. Like there is a movie, there is a movie named Robo. In that movie, there will be three faces. Where initially they made a robo named Chitty, and the robo of Chitty just looks like a machine. That is HTML. First, they will fix all the parts HTML. The next Chitty will have eyes, eyes, okay, legs, hand, body. So they will neatly ready up like a Rajnikant. Okay, then that is called CSS. So they made a machine as Rajni, that is CSS. You will just style them. But is the work is done, sir? No. If it is looking like Rajni, but still not doing anything, it's just a mannequin. But it will do something. Now then, next, Chitty will learn dance. Okay, will learn fight and all the skills. And that is called JavaScript. JavaScript will teach you how to function the website. Now, the first one is nothing but just a structure. CSS is nothing but just an appearance. And JavaScript is actually the functioning of the website. How a website functions, how a website contains the functioning of a particular elements will be inside the JavaScript, sir. Is it clear, sir, till now? Is it clear, sir, everyone? I hope it's clear. If any doubts, please mention it to me, ma. Now, we are gonna see the React also, like the course content and all I will explain you now. If anyone have any doubts, please ask. Like someone asked a question. Rohit, what's your question? I did not get it. Yeah. Now next, what is JavaScript? Just now we have seen the JavaScript is nothing but a lightweight interpreted or just-in-time compiler for the programming languages. So in JavaScript, we will do actually, sir, JavaScript, what you will do, a functioning of the website, how a website will work, what are the functionalities it need. Everything will be mentioned inside the JavaScript, sir. Okay, for example, you click a button is there. Whenever you click on a button, what will happen? Something pop-up will come. And that you will explain it in JavaScript. Okay, or a slider is going on, how a slider is working on, that you will explain in JavaScript. Or some kind of OTTs or some kind of e-commerce, whenever someone click on payment gateway is opening, some kind of, if anything which makes it functioning is actually JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript deals with huge and lot of complications, sir. Mastering JavaScript is an essential skill that these times everyone need to aware. Anyone who is learning or about to learn new technologies must learn JavaScript in depth. If you don't know JavaScript, you can't go to Node, you can't go to React, you can't go to Angular, you can't go to Next, or you can't go to TypeScript kind of things. Okay, which plays a major role in current market actually. Even the MongoDB requires some kind of basic JavaScript knowledge. Now let's go here. Let's see. Sir, how much time it will require for the course, how many sessions and all the things I will explain you. So what skills are enough for front-end developer? Any front-end developer must need HTML. Any front-end developer, if you are applying it for a front-end developer, sir, front-end developer must have basic design skills. You must know what is a basic design skills. You must know how a design should look like. Okay. And at the same time, you should know HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And you should know any framework kind of Angular or a library like React. You must know this. Okay. These days in current market, like you have so many other options like Vue, or you will have something called React, or recently we got it with something called Svelte. You will have so many other things which you can learn to become a good front-end developer. But React contains a huge market, which we will see in the future slides, what we need to know. But to learn any of this, to learn any of this, first you need to know all of this. And especially this you need to know, JavaScript. Okay. That is very, very, very important. Now, what are the things you need to know in the JavaScript, sir? In the JavaScript, you need to know a basic JavaScript, an advanced JavaScript concepts, DOM and BOM manipulations, like document object model manipulation, or uh, uh, BOM browser object model manipulation, and ES6 features like fetch, async await, or a kind of things. Okay, someone asked me a question like, is Bootstrap is important? Bootstrap is just a library. You can still maintain. If you are not aware of Bootstrap, you can go with the Tailwind or any other kind of libraries, but it's not mandatory kind of things. It will be a helpful skill. Okay, it just helps you more and more better. Now, sir, everyone should know a basic things. Now, to start React course, if you are a JavaScript, uh, basic learner, you should know these things. What is fetch, promises, async await, modules, okay, or a kind of ES6 features, all ES6 plus features, okay. You need to aware these things more actually. Once you aware of these things, and if you know array methods, arrays and array methods, ternary operator, these things were actually mostly used in React every day. Every time you will use it actually. Okay. If you know actually basic things like what are the closures, what are the promises, what are the async await, what are the fetch, what is modules, ES6 features, or array methods, or ternary operator, these kind of things, you are ready to go for React, sir. Okay. Now, if you have a doubt, practice it much and much examples. See, use the AI, use the AI, sir. Go to AI, go to any AI website like ChatGPT or Gemini. Ask, for example, sir, if you are not aware of async await, ask the Gemini or ask the proximity. Give async await a kind of examples. When you give in a prompt, it will explain you in detail and start your project. Once you started your project, and you can always ask me or any other faculty in Naresh IT for more and more clarification regarding the topic, and we will help you. Okay. All I want from you guys to is to start these things. If you are not aware it of 100%, I'm fine with it. But if you don't know even as the 1%, then I'm not fine. I want you to start it. I want you to understand at least 20 to 30% of it, and then come here, and then the remaining things we will take care of you guys. Okay. Now the next one, the next one, let's move into the actual course content, sir, which is React.js. Now, from now onwards, focus what is basic React.js and how it is different, and what are the topics we are going to discuss in this course, and how much time we will take it for this course, and the course structure. This all the things will be discussed now, sir. Okay. Now, till now, in the uh, point which I described. Any doubts, sir? Till now, any doubts, guys? If anyone have any doubts, ma, you can actually mention it in comments that we will be sure of it. Okay. Now let's go here. Let's see. So React is an open source one. This is very, very important. React is free and open source front-end JavaScript library. People will ask you, is React is library or a framework? No, React is just a library. Angular is a framework. It's not optional like you have to learn React or Angular. If you know any one, that's enough you to start your career. But in your career, when you are moving on, you can learn more and more and make your career better. You can learn something called React. React is just an open source library, sir, where you will have user interfaces. So React is a library for user interface. Okay, that means you can have more and more interactions with the React. Now in the React, what you will do here, any library, sir, you need to know JavaScript libraries. React is also one of the JavaScript library. Library means, what is it mean by library, sir? Library means a pre-written code. Someone already will write it, a pre-defined written code or a format which can be used, which can be used instead of regular method, regular method. Now, for example, sir, you want a slider. You want a nice slider or you want a nice carousel, nice scroller. What you will do, sir? You will directly write it HTML, CSS, JavaScript for a nice scroller. Instead of writing it a nice scroller, your own code, you go here. Some libraries you can have it. So many libraries, sir. You can have a library like Swiper. Like for example, there is a library named Swiper.js. Okay, if you go for Swiper.js, then you can able to use any slider which they provide. So you don't need to build it up. So you don't need to actually build it. Already a built up one will be there, which you can install into your particular application and then you can use it. Okay. Now, same way, you wanted some kind of nice effects. You wanted some kind of animations. Now you can have a nice animation website. You can have something like GSAP where you can know nice animations will be there and these animations you can include into your website. See, you don't need to write it from scratch. This kind of libraries provides you complete packages. Like for example, in React, we use something called framer. In our code, we will use it actually framer motion. Okay. Framer is used for React. Okay. For nice animations and all. Sir, can I create it without framer? Absolutely, you can create it. But library is like this. You already provide some kind of things. Imagine you are there. Okay. So, for example, there is this guy. He worked so hard and he developed one code and he made a slider. Okay. He developed and made a slider. Now there is another guy and this guy also wants slider. Then what he can do? He can ask this guy, I wanted slider, and this guy will provide his code and he can just change it however he wants, right? We don't need to develop it from scratch, right? And the same thing will happen it here also. Instead of directly giving to this guy, here what he will happen, he will upload it into cloud, and from cloud, where whomever wants it will download it. And this is called library. Okay, a pre-written code or a format where people can use it 100%. And React is a open source. Open source means it is available for anyone to make a change. Open source is the next generation, ma. Like the future and the present one is like everything gonna be open source in future. Okay, so open source means anyone can contribute. Now, okay, who developed this React? React is developed by Meta, which is actually called Facebook. You know that Meta owns Facebook. Now, Facebook people developed React and then initially used for their interfaces, and after that they released it for the public. Now, public they released it. The moment they released public, and it went so much viral, and everyone starts to use it, sir. Because It's free, open source, and at the same time, it is used as a simple library for user interfaces. That means for a nice kind of only appearance, for a nice appearance, we will use something called React.js. Okay, how to make it a nice animation kind of one to divide your things into different details. You have one website, sir. Imagine you have a nice website, Amazon.com. Now, when you have a website like Amazon.com or you have a website like Netflix, let's go here, Netflix. Now, anyway, our project is regarding Netflix, sir. Now, if I go here, Netflix. Now, let's understand here. In the Netflix, sir, imagine I want to create a Netflix. Sir, what I will do, first I will create a box. For the persons who know HTML will understand it easily, sir. I will create a nice div, and inside the div, I will keep a nice image here, and I will write it something called recently added, and I will write it here one title. Right or not? Right? Sir, if you see it here, the same thing, one title is there and one body is there. Now, if you see here, the same thing will happen it for every element. Go here, see, all elements contain same things, right or not? Now, all the elements are inside one particular big box. Now, here, if you see, everything is containing in one big box. Now, if you see it here, go down, see, same code is repeating now, right or see? See, same code is repeating now. Again, same code is repeating now, right? So it's nothing but, sir, you are writing the same piece of code again and again and again. Okay. So when you are having same piece of code again and again, yeah, I know it's a flux. What is you will do in your HTML is you will write it repeatedly. You will write it repeatedly. But instead of writing repeatedly, a same code like again div, again div, again div, React will divide it into components. A component is a reusable piece of code. Okay, a reusable piece of code. These arrows are nothing but the slider one. Okay, now this arrows comes with slider. Now here, this is a reusable code. Like once you made it one slider, sir. Say for example, I worked it so much, sir. I made this slider. Only one slider I made. Sir, do I have to create the next one? No need. I can use the same slider with different images. I can use the same slider with different images and different titles, different images, different titles, different images, different titles. Like I can repeat the whole website, right? And that's what actually the basic interface, sir. So now what you can do, sir, you can divide it into small parts where one part can be repeated again and again and again. A reusable part, a reusable logic, a reusable piece of code is called as component. React divides everything into components, and that's what make the React more easy to deal with it. React code is very easy and very flexible, and at the same time very scalable too, like optimizable. Now let's go here and let's go and check it here. Oh, sorry, go and check it here. The next one. Now see, there are so many companies who built based on React. There are companies like BBC or Facebook, Netflix, Twitter, Khan Academy, or you have so many other websites, and they use it something called React. React actually built so many websites built. Even the ChatGPT user interface is built with React. Okay, you can check it with whatever the ones. Even the Canva interface built with React. Okay, now go here. The next one. Why only React? React uses for something called single page application. React is used for something called single page applications, sir, and which are used to build the dynamic websites, single page applications, dynamic websites, mobile kind of apps. We will use React Native for mobile kind of apps. We can build it for dashboards and data visualization ones. We can build it for some SEO friendly websites, and we can use it something a customizable solutions. Now let's go here and let's check it. What does this mean? Okay. Now let's go here and let's check it here, sir. What does it mean by so React? Why we use React mostly? React is used for something called SPA, single page applications. Single page application means, for example, if you go here, if you go to something called Amazon, sir, go here and click something. Now, let me show you the DOM, sir. For the persons who already have a basic knowledge of JavaScript may get it more detailed, but if you don't know, also no worries, ma. It's so simple topic. Listen, I click on one button. What is happening? Whole page is loading. Again, I click on another button. Again, what is happening? Whole page is loading. You can see it here, reload button. See, when I click on one thing, whole page is loading. Now go here. Now, if I click on any another one, again the page is loading. Whenever the page loading, whole DOM is also getting loaded here. Okay, this is a normal kind of application. But if I go here, a React website. Now go here, a React website like react.dev. I'm going into a React website, sir. Now go here and in the React, see, whenever I click on this, is it loading, sir, whole page? No. Go here and check it here in the inspect. If I click on any button, if I click on any button, is the whole DOM is loading? No, only specific parts are loaded. If you click on anything, sir, only specific parts will be loaded, and the page is not loading. Without loading the whole page, without rendering the whole DOM, without getting it whole thing from the server, you can actually loads a page, and this is called single page application. Many of the modern technologies uses the single page applications like dashboards. Whenever you click on something in the dashboard, you don't want the whole page to refresh it again. Okay, you want it only whatever changed, those things appear, and that is called single page applications, and React is mainly used for single page applications. Not only for that, to build dynamic websites which has a good functionalities like e-commerce websites or OTTs websites or user interfaces. To build a nice user interface of some websites, you will use something called React.js, sir. React and React Native are not same, sir. React Native is used for mobile applications. React.js, which is normal React JavaScript, which is used for web applications. Okay, let's go here. Let's see. If you see the market, sir, market contains in the trends nearly, you can see the Angular one, you can see the Vue, you can see Ember, you can see React. When the React started, React actually can have more significance. Slowly, the React team is improving it a lot, sir. Okay, the React this year it may comes React 19 also in the soon. I'm thinking so. React will increase it into more different level when the React newer versions comes. Now, present version actually we are dealing with is React 18. Okay, till now any doubts, sir? Till now any doubts? I hope no doubts, sir. Now let's go here. Let's go more. Now, what is the course content? What you are going to understand in this course? Okay. Now, this course, you are going to understand the basic revision of JavaScript. I'm going to take it in a few classes where we will have a simple revision of JavaScript, what you need to know, what you already know, and React.js intro, and we will have components, we will have JSX, we will have states, events, how to manage them. We will have class components and function components. We will have something called state management. We will have conditional rendering, we will have hooks. All the hooks will be discussed. we will discuss something called context API, where how you will manage the context in the global level. And every topic will be detailedly expected, explained in such a way that project real-time project based scenario, so that you will learn problem solving skills also. Okay, and we will have something called forms, we will have routings, we will have stylings. When it is comes to styling, sir, we will discuss bootstrap, we will discuss something called tailwind. We will understand it like different libraries like Accentry or shadcn, how they work it and all. Okay, and we will see other libraries like Axios. You can have now, you can have uh, libraries here. You can have libraries like Axios, framers, okay, framers, sliders. Okay, mainly we will see most of the libraries which are used for particular applications. Based on the applications, we will use libraries, sir, and we will use something called Redux and Redux toolkit. Okay, and for unit testing, we will use something called Jest, and we will use something called Jest, and we will use deployment. We will see how to deploy the code in the Netlify and Vercel. Okay, now I will show you what is the basic procedure for AWS one to upload, but basically we will do it in the Netlify and Vercel, sir. Okay, now see here. Now you see here, this course gonna take it 2 months. 2 months. So max to max, it will take it 45 to 50 sessions. 50 sessions, including 45 to 50 sessions, including the project, sir. We are gonna do the project, and it takes it like, including the project, it takes it like 2 months of the course. Okay, every day it will be 1 hour, 40 to 45 minutes of class, and then you will have 10 to 15 minutes of doubt clearing session will be there. Okay, some days the doubt clearing session will be more, actually. Doubt clearing session will be there, where you can ask the doubts and you will have answers here. Okay. Now let's see some of the questions asked by the people here. Someone asked, what is the impact of React developers? There is no impact for AI on the React developers. If AI comes into the picture also, React and Angular kind of things will improve. There is a new technologies in React will come, and a new amendments will come into Angular. Okay, see, React, AI cannot build React. AI can use it React, and AI can give you some solution, but actual problem solving is you only have to do. AI is not much developed still. Still, AI is taking the time. Okay, still AI is taking the time, and it will need a lot of time to understand. Okay, actually, it will make sense for the persons who already tried any projects. Those people will understand it, sir. Client requirements will not be as much as specific to make it you better into the AI. When you are so clarified, then only you can use AI. For example, see, listen, I want to create e-commerce. If I just ask e-commerce website to AI, it cannot understand. You need to explain it like what is your e-commerce website is about, and what it contains, and how much revenue it will make. Like what are the things you wanna do, what are the things it contain, what sliders, everything you need to explain in detail. Like that much clarity you need to have. But when you started to build it up, it will automatically change. The plan's gonna change according to the requirements. Slowly, slowly, your project, a finished project, will come it with a lot of changes after you thought about it. So that is why an AI cannot make it like 1 to 100, but still it's gonna be 100% useful to make you productive. AI should be useful to you. Okay, you should not give AI something. Your okay. You should use the AI to make it yourself better. Okay. Now, any other doubts, sir? The class timings and all will be mentioned it in later. Okay. Uh, you will get it notification like whatever the class timings and all. Now here, any other doubts? Any other doubts, sir? You can ask for the fees and kind of things in the admins. You can actually ask it like, you can contact the Naresh IT for the fees, and you can ask for the fee details and structure also. Okay. Now here, this seminar is about the course content of the React. You can directly contact the Naresh IT for more details regarding it, sir. Now, if we go further, sir, is this enough for complete React? No, this course also involves some advanced topics like server-side rendering. It will also involve something like server-side renderings, TypeScript, SCSS, the containers, and code splitting techniques or lazy loading and how to use APIs. This code actually uses something called React TMDB API we will use and we will build it up. Okay. It's a part, it's we don't know, like it's part of the course. The part of the course is not with the Python or Java, sir. If you are a full stack Java or full stack Python ones, for the persons who are asking in online, you can contact the admins and you can contact Naresh IT admin team. There you can actually understand it. Okay, you can ask them. Now, let's go here. Sir, this kind of topics were very, very important. Anyone may know basic React, but most people don't know what is server-side rendering, how server-side components works, or how the code splitting works, or how the lazy loading works, or how to use the APIs in the best, or how to use something called TypeScript. This course mostly based on TypeScript. Initially, we start with JavaScript, and I will gonna teach the TypeScript too, and will make it better, sir. Now let's see the Netflix which we are going to build. A basic Netflix, sir, which we are going to make it an impact, and we are gonna see the sites like the similar Netflix where users can enter, users can able to see, and you can able to see it like how each and every page you can actually hover on it, which will show you on the screen how they appear. Okay. And then whenever you click on it, you can actually open it a particular page regarding it. Okay. These all are just a dummy text. You can see it here. I just filled it up a lorem text. Okay. You can actually made it into whatever the text you like, whatever the descriptions you like it, sir. Now we are gonna use at the back end something called Firebase, sir. Firebase is used for the database and the backend here. And here we can use some kind of your own text, and it will have all the buttons. And then you can actually open it up anything. The related pages will come, and you can see related pages. You can actually go to any of the movie. Again, each movie will have their own type, and you can make it appear. Now, what this code does not contain, sir, it is completely front, completely front. We use we use Firebase for backend, for backend, but and we use TMDB API, TMDB API for data. If you go here and you can check it, something called TMDB API, where you will have all the data, sir. In the TMDB API, you will get it all the movies data, and that data only we will use it, sir. Okay. And Firebase we will use it for backend, sir. And this course, it is completely for the front end one, where you can able to see only the user interface. You cannot play each and every movie. You can play the trailer, you can play a movie trailer, but not the movie, because the movie has to be have rights. Like if you take it in Netflix content, you can actually show exactly like Netflix, but you cannot play the movie because it's owned by Netflix. Okay. Is it clear, ma? Is it clear, sir, till now? Is it clear till now? Any doubts? Any doubts, sir? Online? Okay, I hope it's clear. Now, see, sir, what is the main things you will get it here? Everything in this course is completely on the practical knowledge of all the concepts. And here, the training it will be based on job oriented, like how in job they will ask you, what they will ask you in interviews. Based on job oriented, only the training will be given. Okay. Now you will get it 100% job. if you really do the projects and if you really did your project and make yourself upskilled always. Okay, it's always about your assignments, how you are maintaining it and how you are doing your projects. Okay, with a little bit of communication skills. As people always say, a skill can be taught, but a will can't. Anyone can teach you a skill. Okay, a React.js or a HTML or a CSS, you can actually get a skill. But to learn a skill, you need some kind of will. You need some kind of I have to do. That kind of will, people, no one can taught you. And that is what the companies expect. Company expect a person who has the will to learn anything, not just only the skill. Okay, and I want you guys to become the persons who have a will. Okay, not the just skill. And at the end of the course, we are gonna see what is Next.js and how it gonna impact the React.js. And that is just in a glance. In the last day of React course, we also include something called Next.js, sir. Okay, and that's it for the session. And for the persons whoever have doubts regarding anything in React.js or kind of course or kind of the topics or the course structure or the any other doubts you guys have it or faces in your problems, you can actually ask, sir. Next.js is not completely included, sir. Next.js is included only the introduction. With the Next.js in 2 months, it won't be completed. Only Next.js introduction will be given. Okay, the timing of the class will be explained by the uh, you can come to the admin ones, like in the admin they will explain you the timings classes, the NareshIT. Any other doubts, sir? This is in our seminar regarding the session which we are going to start. And when the session starts, you can actually take the admission into it and join it. Okay, now for the persons who joined late, this is Prasad and from NareshIT. Okay, this is Prasad, an UI full stack developer and a trainer here in Naresh IT, sir. You can actually come to the class. Now, placement drive will be provided by the admins. You can just talk regarding to that to the admin, sir. The duration of this course, I think I explained it. For someone who don't know, duration is it's like 60 days, which is uh, 2 months. So including the holidays, so it will take it like 45 to 50 sessions for the projects. How many projects you are gonna teach, sir? On and all, it's like every day we are gonna do the project. If you consider the small projects also, it's gonna be more than 20. But if you consider only the big one, which is main OTT platform, we are gonna do. If you consider every small project like a slider or a kind of counter and all the things, it will be more than 20, sir. Is there any batches for Saturday and Sunday for working professionals? You can ask for the Naresh IT admins. Like you can just contact the Naresh IT and they will provide you the detailed structure for working professionals, sir. Okay. Any other doubts, ma'am? I will address everyone's doubt. If anyone have doubts, you can ask it, sir. Or in case if you guys wanna speak it up, your doubt, in case you can't type it, just raise your hand and I'm gonna give you option and you can actually whoever
Hello,
raise the hand can talk. Hello,
hello. Good afternoon, sir.
good afternoon, Anurag.
So my question is that we will cover React, we will cover Redux, but what about, sir, some advanced React animation and some like which is the new in the market, like which enhance the beauty of any website? Will
Yeah,
we cover that also?
that's what I told you. If you remember in the session, I told you something called framer, right? That is
Yes.
regarding the animation. We are
Okay,
gonna
okay,
do every website which we did, we will make it a nice, beautiful user interface. Okay.
okay, sir. I got my answer. Thanks, sir.
Yeah, good. Any other one, if you wanna speak it, just raise your hand, ma. I will give you an option to unmute so that you can ask your doubts, or you can ask your doubt in the chat also. What? Any other doubts? Whoever raised the hand can talk.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, I have learned HTML and CSS, but I have no idea about JavaScript. So, from which platform shall I learn it?
Use any free platforms. Okay. And do
So,
project ones. Do the projects. It's like,
do
see,
the
wherever you
yeah.
learn the basics. It will take you to 3 4 days to learn just the basics. Just the
Okay.
basics. Don't learn advanced one. After learning
Okay.
the basics, take 10 projects. You can ask
O-
ChatGPT or someone's, give me 10 project names which I can enhance my JavaScript skills. And they will
o-
give you 10 project ideas. A nice
o-
scroller or a nice kind of fetching the details or taking an API details and showing the details. These kind of nice or a CRUD application. These kind of titles they will give you. Then build
o-
those 10 apps. Every day one
Okay.
app. When you are
Okay.
building it up, you will get the skill. That is how you can learn actually any language.
Okay. 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 Thank you so much.
Any other who have doubts, you can ask me, ma. Now, for the Sai Kiran, we are not gonna explain in this class only how to create the clone of Netflix. If it's not that much simple that I have to teach you the React. If you already know the React, then it would be easy if I explain you. But uh, as most of the people were freshers, we this is an introduction class for the course which we are going to start, that how to build a Netflix clone. Okay, this is an introduction seminar. The training gonna be both offline and online, sir, for the persons who asked question. If any other doubts, you can raise your hand and I'm gonna give you an unmute option. Any other doubts? I hope it's all clear. Okay. And thank you all for listening to the class, and all the best for your careers, whatever the careers you choose to be. And wish I will see you all in the class. Okay. Thank you all. Bye bye.